Today's my birthday, or at least on the day I'm filming this, it is my birthday. So I'm gonna go through this pretty large May/birthday haul because there's a few things from like Free Comic Book Day, but most of this is just birthday stuff and a few things I forgot from some past videos. So let's not waste any more time and get straight into this. Hello everyone and welcome back to Geek City. Now, as always, I want to mention, make sure to like the video. Let me know in the comments what you picked up for the month of May. There's a lot of stuff here, so I don't want to waste any more time. So let's get started. Alright, so first up we had a video game. I don't usually buy video games on the actual physical, I don't buy a physical copy, but this is birthday, it's, a little different. Usually I just buy them on the PS5, on the thing, but this is, different because it was purchased as a gift. So, obviously it's going to be a little different. The Quarry. I'm a huge horror fan. It has David Arquette on the cover. It's a choose-your-own-adventure game. I thought it would be a choose-your-own-adventure slasher game. I was totally wrong. I've heard of Supermassive before. They did the Man of Medan games and all those, and they did, they've done a ton of horror games, choose-your-own-adventures, where you really do, the story is based on what you do. It's all of your choices, and it's not like minor things like Telltale, because basically in Telltale, the events are still practically the same. In these games, people can die in, like, the third chapter, and, it completely changes based on your decisions. So these are the type of games I'm really into. I really like these type of games. You combine choose-your-own-adventure games where your decisions matter with a horror game where characters can die because of your mistakes. You got me interested. And they have my beautiful baby Dewey on the cover. What did I think of it? I loved it. I've already played through it twice since I got it. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun. It took me about 6 or 7 hours to complete. I like the characters. I'm thinking about doing a review of this game. It's kind of hard to review because the plot could be different based on your decisions. But the basic plot, I can still say the same thing about the characters and how I feel about them, all that stuff. Because I've played it twice, so I've had completely different endings. First time, I think like 6 out of 9 of my counselors died, and in this second go around, only one of them. So I've seen completely different endings now. The second one was way better, let's just say that. It's the one where they actually kill Silas. It was so much fun. It's not a slasher at all. It's about these counselors surviving werewolves, and there's this family hunting them down, or hunting them down. They're actually trying to protect. It's this really complicated story that I really enjoyed. I like the characters here. The graphics are great. Really, truly, every decision you make affects the game here. I really liked it, and I'll play it again eventually because there's so much can change. The first 2 chapters will essentially be the same no matter what you do, but after that, you can, totally change things. I'm thinking I'm going to try to platinum the game. I don't really usually platinum games because I play PS5, and on PS5, you have to pay extra money. You have to pay like a part of the premium subscription in order to get online. So I want to play Mortal Kombat. I want to unlock the platinum for MK1. I have only 2 trophies, or 3 I haven't unlocked, and those are all online trophies that you get from playing online. I can't do that because I don't own the premium subscription, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But this game, you don't need to be online unless you want to do like 2-player or something, but I don't think that's one of the trophies. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it's a ton of fun, and I'd love to play it again. Next up, we have an Invincible Funko Pop, Adam Eve. They just released these Invincible Pops. I hope we get more. These are really cool. I only own one of them here, but it is Adam Eve. I think it's cool to, I don't want to just have Invincible Omni-Mans in my collection. I don't own a ton of Invincible stuff. I need to get more because I love Invincible. I love the IP, and since the show, we've gotten way more stuff. But I want to have something Adam Eve related. I don't feel like I really own anything Adam Eve, and she's a major character, especially later on in the comics. At first, she's kind of just a supporting character. But for those who haven't read the comics and are only watching the TV show and they want more Adam Eve, you will be getting more Adam Eve. Just trust me. So this is a really cool figure. Eventually, I'd like to get them all. I think the Omni-Man's already sold out. Omni-Man stuff usually gets pretty expensive. Like the Diamond Select figures, like $200. And also the Think Mark Think. I'd like to get that little moment too, because there's technically 4 pops if you include that. But yeah, So much fun. Adam Eve is one of my favorite Invincible characters. She's always been really cool to me. So that's very cool to own. Next up, this was supposed to be in my March haul. I got this in LA, and I just forgot. Okay, so this was given to me for free. It is Doomed, The Untold Story of Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four. This is a DVD. I don't usually buy DVDs, and I didn't buy this. Basically, we did like this acting workshop, and the dude who was running it was he was number one, a casting agent, but number two, he just works on low-budget movies. Like, he works on these films, and he's worked in a ton of Roger Corman movies. If you've never heard of Roger Corman, he does these really cheap films, and that's kind of his whole thing, is making good but cheap films. This one was very controversial, and I think the dude who I met, I think he's even in this. I'm not quite sure. I need to watch and check out, but yeah, this was given to me by him because I was really interested in Fantastic Four at that workshop, but he gave it to me, and it's really cool to own something that was given to me by a professional in LA. Yeah, I need to check this out. It seems interesting. This is one of the worst comic book movies I've ever. Most people say Fan4stic is the worst Fantastic Four movie. If you have not seen this, it's not good. But there's a lot of controversy with the film. I'm sure it will all be explained in that. Okay, this was just given to me by a friend. It's just one of those cereal box comic books, you know, for funsies. Why not? Cool. Okay, now we got a ton of single issues. Most of these are from Free Comic Book Day. And then others are just from my pull list. I've started doing pull lists, so it's much easier for me to catch up with the books I need. So, yeah. Okay, so how are we going to organize this here? Yeah. Alright, so first up we have Duke issue 5, the finale to this mini-series. I own all the issues except for issue 2. I haven't actually read any of them, and I'll explain why in a second once we get to a book in the future. That's really cool. Amazing Spider-Man 48. The Zeb Wells one I actually really enjoy, so it's cool to have. Just collect the issues. Why not have more Spider-Man? You can never have too much. And then these are all Free Comic Book Day. I was going to do a hunt, but it wasn't that interesting. It was just, you know, picking up the books. Energon Universe 2024 special. This is one I need to hold on to. I've been really trying to keep up with this Energon Universe, but I've been doing terrible. I don't even own any Void Rivals books, and that's a big part of it, so I need to catch up on that. I'll just pick up the trades, and then maybe do a reading order in the future. I don't know. Barkham Asylum. Again, most of these are just fun. In my last haul video in May, it was, I did a haul, and I had to blur out a section, because one of the books had some private parts, and I had to blur it out. And it was really funny and unexpected, but I don't think that's going to happen this time. Well, she's in a towel. I don't think so. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, all these random books, just random stuff. They're free, so why not, you know? Who was going to pass on free books? I think last year's was better, but there were still some cool ones, like Star Wars is always cool, especially when it's, you know, actually characters I care about. I don't watch a lot of Star Wars, but that original trilogy, peak. Ultimate Spider-Man, that's cool to own. Absolute Power, that's something that event I'm probably going to lose interest in pretty soon, but while I'm still interested, I guess I can, you know, try to pick up that stuff. So yeah, here's all the Free Comic Book Day stuff. Free comics, I mean, none of them are usually Free Comic Book Day books. This was actually this was really good. Most Free Comic Book Day books aren't that good. They're free. They're not really that, they're usually just showing you what's coming up. They're never really, they're usually just sneak peeks. That Energon one was pretty good, but the rest of them, you know, they're free comic books. They're not really supposed to be great. They're just kind of, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but they're just free books. They're not supposed to be that good. Alright. Now we have some trade paperbacks here. Well, 4 in a gaming or preview or something. We'll talk about this one first. I guess this is a comic, yeah. Okay. Upshot Now. I don't know what this is. Is this like a sneak peek at a bunch of books? I have no idea. I don't really know what this is. Oh, no, yeah, it's just showing you books coming out. I won this for free. It was like a wheel spin. My little sister won this huge Transformers thing. She didn't even want to go to Free Comic Con. She didn't even want to go to Free Comic Book Day. She gets a $100 collectible figure, and I get whatever this is. It's just a preview of books coming out. It's not cool cover, I guess. But you know, I thought this was like an indie book. It's not an indie book. It's just a bunch of previews. All right, this one I just got today. Duke. I didn't know this was out yet. I thought it came out in June. But basically, the reason I haven't read those Duke issues is because I'm waiting for the trades for this. I love G.I. Joe, huge fan. I'm glad Robert Kirkman's bringing it back to, you know, we're gonna see Transformers and G.I. Joe in a shared universe. Isn't that awesome? So you know, you have like Starscream appearing in here. That's so much fun. That's so cool. So this is Duke's Volume 1. This is probably the only volume because it was a limited series. But yeah, Transformers Volume 1's out right now. I need to grab that. Cobra Commander is coming out in June 2024. And then Void Rivals I also need to get. I haven't read Void Rivals. I don't know what it's about, but it's connected to this. Yeah, I'm excited to read this. Love G.I. Joe. Can't wait. Another Image book. I've been trying to increase my Image collection. I love Image. And I've just realized that, like, in the last year, there's so many great books that I don't own. Radiant Black, Phantom Road, Public Identity. This is a Chip Zdarsky. I love Chip Zdarsky. He's one of my favorite writers out there right now, and this is a great series. A lot of fun. It's not about superheroes, as it would look from the cover here. It is about a man whose father was one of the creators of this really big superhero, and he's not really making any money off of it. That's all it really is about, but it's so good just because Chip Zdarsky, I feel like, is one of those writers who really is just good at making character-driven stories, so it's really cool. We're not going to go through all these, because there's a lot of them. So, yeah. Action, like, I'm not going to show you all the pages like I usually do with these hauls. We still got a lot to go. Superman Action Comics Volume 1. Dawn of DC Volume 1. It's a new starting point. I don't read Action Comics. I usually stick to just Superman. Same with Batman. I don't really read Detective Comics. I usually read Batman, because I feel like Detective Comics is usually... voice crack. Detective Comics is usually doing its own thing, same with Action Comics. But, you know, it's a Volume 1. It's a new starting point. I thought, why not? I'm still kind of confused. I don't know what's going on with this huge super family, but it was pretty good. Will I pick up Volume 2? You know, maybe. If I see it, sure. If I'm searching for a book, this isn't one that I'm going to be searching for. I'm not going to be searching for Volume 2. But if I just happen to see it at a comic store, it's not crazy expensive, sure. It wasn't bad. I'm going to stick to Superman, though. I have that Volume 1. I will continue collecting the Superman books, Action Comics. That's never been really my thing. And then Daredevil Born Again. One of the classic Daredevil stories written by Frank Miller. And it was so much fun. This makes me hate Karen Page even more. I prefer Karen Page in the TV show. That most people don't. Most people like her comic version more, from what I've heard on Reddit. I disagree. I mean, this version of Karen kind of causes a lot of issues, let's just say. If you haven't read the story, go do yourself a favor and read it. It's great. It's really good. Oh, I'm tired. Yeah, it's so good. It's dark, but and Frank Miller's one of those writers that I've never been a huge fan of. He's written so many iconic stories, and they're great, most of them. But then he's also it feels like he just doesn't care that much. If you look at what he's written lately, number one, he doesn't care. He used to be a great artist. Okay, you know, his work on Wolverine. But now he doesn't care. Look at Dark Knight Strikes Again. That is one of the worst pieces of comic book or Batman media of all time. The art is awful. I have it over there. I got it for free. I'm never going to buy that. If it's given me for free, great. Thank you. I'm never going to buy that with my money. It's awful. And then All-Star Batman Robin is another. If All-Star Batman Robin might be the worst Batman media of all time. He literally... Okay, I'm doing a video on that. That's deserves its own video. They didn't even finish it. It was supposed to be a miniseries, and they didn't even finish it. That's how bad it was. Man, I'm doing a video on All-Star Batman Robin. That's... Okay, then we have a NECA figure. Creature from the Black Lagoon. These Universal monsters all have NECA figures, and they're a lot of fun. Now, usually what I do with my NECA I open them up, display, and put it on that shelf over there. I have a Jason, Freddy, Leatherface. Need to get Ghostface and Michael Myers, and I have the big five. Maybe, you know, Hellraiser and all that, but that's arguably the big five. Chucky. There's a few I'm missing, but I'm trying to get the big ones. And I open them up, display, and put them on the shelf. But with these Universal ones, like Dracula, Frankenstein, Invisible Man, Mummy, all those, Bride of Frankenstein, you get the idea. I'm probably going to keep them in their box. I just like these vintage design here, so I'm probably going to keep this in this box. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I don't really have room for this. If I was opening it up, it'd go over there. Now that I'm probably not, I don't know. Because, I mean, this is a cool design to have in your room. This is cool. Cool box. That's what I love about NECA, man. They always bring it up a notch. They have great quality figures, and they're just cool looking. They're just cool to look at boxes. Usually, if I'm collecting a series that I open, I don't care. I'll open them up. But these, I take care of, man. I take care of the boxes. I still have the boxes for all those figures. They are protected, as if I ever want to, you know, put them back in there, I have them. Okay. Now we have a few more things here, the big things here. First up, Nightwing, a Night in Bloodhaven compendium. Recently, DC has been doing these compendiums. I have the Kyle Rayner one over there. They did a Batman Beyond one. This one, and then we have a Joker, Robin, giving those characters that don't really have like omnibuses some love. I appreciate that a lot. And they're all about 300, 400 pages, but this one is 1,000 pages, right? Close. This thing is huge. This thing is enormous. That's why this thing may not look huge, right? But I mean, this is way bigger than I thought it would be. That Kyle Rayner one's pretty huge, and it's only like 400 pages. This is double that, and then add like 200. It's huge. It's the size of an omnibus. Honestly, they should have just made an omnibus. This would be such cool. This is an iconic run. We should have just gotten it as an omnibus, but at least they're doing it some sort of justice. This is the iconic Nightwing run. This is one of the runs that everybody thinks of when they think of Nightwing runs. This and honestly, Tom Taylor's. Man, Tom Taylor's is so good that probably these two, I would say. So yeah, this is a great series. Can't wait to read it again, reread it. I'll do an overview of it, I'm sure. This might take me a while, though. I have a lot of reading to catch up on now. Just expect a lot of reviews coming soon, because there's a lot of reading material. I've already read a few of them. Like, I already read this one, but I haven't read Duke or Nightwing or the books we're about to get to. Just a moment. Let me just set these here. All right. Now we got two omnibus. The three big things here. This one was kind of a birthday gift, but not really. I was shopping with some friends at Game Exchange, and I found this beauty. Game Exchange is a used video game, movie, bookstore, all sorts of things there. Everything I love: comics, video games, movies, for cheap. Cool. I found this for $20. This thing is out of print, and it's an omnibus. So this thing goes online, about $100. Got it for $20. That's a great deal. My friends bought it for me. It's in pretty good condition too. It's not. I obviously wanted to check and make sure it's not. The spine's pretty decent. I mean, that's a pretty decent eye right there. You can see through that. It's in pretty good condition. So yeah, no issues with it. Easy to read. Now this is not going to be good. I know it for sure. Golden Age, Silver Age, they're cool to own, but I don't read them. They suck. Let's just be honest with ourselves. I can't read comics before the 60s, and even with 60s, they can be hard to read. There are a few exceptions, like I'm able to read, just a moment, like in the 60s, I'm able to read Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, a few others, but I feel like I really can't start reading these books till the 80s, because that's when I feel like it gets more modern. That's when, because like this form of writing, it's so wordy and it's so outdated. It's just cool to own. I need more Wonder Woman stuff in my collection, and this is as classic as you can get. This is the original stuff right here. Golden Age Omnibus Volume 1. And it was $20. I'm not paying full price for this, but it was a gift. It was cheap, good deal. I don't see why not. It goes with the collection. Cool. This next one goes for the reading order. Justice League International Volume 1. This is what Justice League became after Crisis on Infinite Earths with the relaunch. And the thing I like about it is that it's telling stories about these members that you don't really see. When you think Justice League, you think Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, all those. For this series, you have Batman. Of course, everybody needs Batman. But you have Guy Gardner, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Fire and Ice. Not Fire and Ice. I don't remember their names. That's how Dr. Fate. Characters like that. It's really cool to see. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's outdated still. It's a little corny, dialogue wise, but I enjoyed it. I like to reread it again. I think it was pretty decent. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Ton of characters appear in here too. Even some, the big hitters appear, but they're not the main focus, and that's what I appreciate. I kind of like that. I'm glad we're getting to see other characters appearing in here that are usually not. This is what makes me love Guy Gardner. So yeah. And then the final thing here, maybe the favorite thing I got, I don't know. Snake Eyes Gallery Diorama. I like statues and they're really cool, but the problem is they're all hundreds of dollars. But Gallery Diorama makes pretty cheap, good quality statues. This isn't an ad or anything, I'm just talking here. Like that rate, I love Mortal Kombat, and I want to have statues because they look cool and they go on the Mortal Kombat section over there. Maybe one day I'll do a collection video of that and just show you all my Mortal Kombat stuff. But I want, some statues. They look cool, but they're all really expensive. But they have made a few. They made Raiden, Scorpion Sub-Zero, and Katana. I own the Raiden. It's really cool. It looks good. It doesn't look cheap. It's durable. It looks like a really pretty good figure. It's not huge because it's $50. But $50 for a statue in a nice shape, that's awesome. So this is Snake Eyes and Timber. I'm forgetting the name. I need to reread the comics again, but he's Timber the Wolf. That's so cool. Come on now. This is awesome. I love Snake Eyes. I love G.I. Joe. So let's set it up together. Why not? Okay, I lied. I can't set it up. I have to take a thumbnail first, but once I'm done with that, then we'll do it. Oh yeah, look at that thing. Sexy. Well, if you guys enjoyed, please consider liking the video. Let me know in the comments what you got this month. And as always, stay geeky.